Hey y'all, today's presentation is about characters who got that dog in them. First of all, Vegeta. He's a Saiyan, but like, he wasn't that strong. Yes, he conquered a few planets, but like, throughout the show, he takes so many L's that people started disrespecting him. And I really think he's a good character because every single time he gets a power-up, he immediately gets checked after getting like 1 W. For example, when he got his Super Saiyan form, he was able to defeat Android 20, but then the other androids were able to take down Vegeta even after he used Super Saiyan. And that means that he constantly has to get more powerful, he constantly has to train, kind of like Goku. And we like Goku a lot more because he's the main character, but I feel like Vegeta, because he's the king of all Saiyans, he constantly gets humbled in a different type of way, which leads to a lot of people thinking that he's a character that's just meant to be disrespected. But I still really like him, and I still like his spirit, and I think that's why he has that dog in him. Second of all, Guts. His life started in the most brutal way, with his mom not being there, his dad not being there, which means that a bunch of mercenaries just took him in as a pet, essentially. He wasn't supposed to be anything. And then those mercenaries, one of them at least, violated Guts while he was still a child. And then he grew up into a teenager. He was starting to be useful in fights. And that's when he finally found the Band of the Hawk, which were his family, essentially. It was just a group of orphaned kids who were going around helping out in wars and making money. And generally speaking, they were really good people until the leader of the Band of the Hawk manages to sacrifice his entire crew, and Guts becomes the most lonely person one more time, and now he has to go fighting demons, and his entire story is just completely hateful. It's just L after L after L, and he somehow is still able to be alive. I have no idea how he hasn't offed himself. The next character is Nina. She's a really lonely kid because she only has her single father, and she also has her pet dog. But like, I really like her spirit. Even though I didn't watch Fullmetal Alchemist, I dipped out super early. I just like the fact that she's constantly persevering and she's really happy as a child. I don't know what happens after this though. Next up is Levi Ackerman, and that's just because he's technically still a normal human being, and the fact that he was able to go up against titans using basic swords where the titans are able to just one-shot every single human. Like, that takes a level of guts that just isn't present in most humans. And I feel like at a certain point he just stopped caring about being alive, and he cared more about taking down titans than his own mortality, and that's just extremely badass. In addition, there were some titans that were extremely broken, and in order to take out those titans, he has to like come up with strategies. And then he found out that those titans can talk, but like, he still wasn't scared. He still decided to jump into action, and he decided to take down the monkey titan or whatever it's called down, which I thought was just like a really cool badass moment. The last character who has that dog in him is Thorfinn. He starts off as a child, and his dad gets taken out by a bunch of bandits, and then he ends up joining those bandits while promising them every single day that he's going to murder every single last one of them. I only watched season 1, but I really am excited for watching all of the other seasons because it's genuinely one of the most beautiful shows. It's beautifully animated. In addition, it has a lot of really cool edits, which I constantly watch all the time, even though they give me spoilers just because the show looks so beautiful. Click the video at the center of the screen. I promise this will not put you in a time loop where you watch a ton of my videos. So just click this video. This is the first and last time I'm going to make this announcement. Just click the video over here.